Hey everybody, so I wanted to talk about this concept of schizophrenia and psychosis. First of all, I'm not a doctor. I need to say that this is not medical advice by any means. None of my content is medical advice by any means. It's just about my journey. Every once in a while, I come across somebody that it would be perceived as a negative comment. I've had my fair share of negative comments calling me schizophrenic, saying I need help, I need medication, I'm, woo-woo crazy. First of all, the stuff I do does not affect my day-to-day life. If you met me in person, most people would say I'm a pretty normal person. I don't, unless you're into talking about the stuff I talk about, I just don't even bring it up. So the biggest thing though is people come and they're like, hey, I think you're going through spiritual psychosis. So first of all, I've been doing this for 30 years. I may not look it, but I'm 39 years, or shit. I gotta do the math. It's 2024. I'm going to be 39. Age is not a thing for me. So when I describe it, I'm always like, what is my age? I was even just a funny side note, I was like, I don't know, 30 years old, and somebody came up when I was drinking socially and tried to card me, and they're like, how old are you? And I was like, oh, I'm 20. And I gave them my card, and my friends looked at me like, what? And I was like, oh, wait, no. Like, I'm really bad with my age. And that's part of the point of waking up. The age doesn't matter. You are the way you feel and believe you are. So keep that in mind as you wake up. I heard once that wrinkles are the weight of the soul, which is a beautiful statement, or just wrinkles are just the weight of the soul. So the whole point, back to the point of this schizophrenia psychosis thing. So I've been doing this for 30 years, about since I was 13 is when I started seeing my tiger, around 13. And I experience all kinds of beings. I have experienced galactics, faeries, Sasquatches, dragons. I have experienced them physically. I am strongly confident that I have experienced them physically. That is not psychosis. That is not schizophrenia. I have had them move things for me. I have had Doug, my juniper gnome, proved to me without a doubt he was real. One day when I lost a necklace I used to wear, and I was like, I can't find this necklace. And he goes, it's in your wallet. I'm like, it's not in my wallet. And in the necklace, I have a money, not a wallet, but like a money clip, full like leather money clip. And the necklace just rips out. Like, it's just stationary on the table, and it rips out of the money clip onto the table. I've had them move, when I can't physically see them, I've had them move things. I've had them tell me where things are that I cannot see or possibly know exist. I have had them guide me to places telepathically, telling me what I'm going to find, and me be like, yeah, right, and then follow their left, right, straight directions, and I find it. The proof of this work is in the experience, is my point. It is not psychosis. It is not schizophrenia. I cannot stress enough how we need to reframe this whole narrative of mental health and everything. How we need to reframe all this, because this is not the case. A lot of you are experiencing these things and you're being told you're crazy by friends and family. I'm not a mental health doctor, but I know from my experience, this is real. I know from my experience, this is extremely real, and that galactics have shown up. I've seen them transport into my house. I've seen and like touched them, like felt their texture, and they all have different textures. Fairies are all over. Dragons. I've sat with dragons who have done the craziest things I've ever seen before energetically, moving clouds and this and that. I have telepathically communicated with animals where I'm like, I don't think that's really out there, and then all of a sudden the dolphins crest, or the manatees show up. You know, I've worked with the ocean, who has a soul of her own, and sitting there talking to the ocean's like, sit down, don't move, let everybody leave. You stay until everybody leaves, and everybody leaves. And then something magic like manatees come through, or big, enormous groups of dolphins, and all this other stuff. And one of the things that people always say is, well, why aren't you taking videos and photos of it? Well, first of all, I tried not to. And like with the dolphins the other day, they told me leave your phone in the car, which I was like, when I saw the dolphins, I was like, why? That would have been a great video. Second, the thing that people who do not understand this work and do not understand vibration don't understand. So there's spirituality, and then there's my guys are saying it's a vibrational reality. So spirituality being like love and peace and treat one another with respect. There's that's an aspect of it. You can find that in religion. You can find that everywhere. It's just live a good life, be loving, embrace yourself, be spiritual. Then there's vibrational reality. There's dimensional reality. There's parallel universes. There's astral travel. There's quantum entanglement. There's all this other stuff. This is real stuff. If you're somebody who believes that this is schizophrenia and that this is spiritual psychosis, study science. Like, seriously, study science. This is real stuff that science agrees with. Quantum entanglement right there will prove 90% of like different things that happen with telepathy and all this other stuff. And they do work on parallel dimensions and realities and all this. And vibration is another one, that there are things we can't see, things we don't experience. And it's this whole thing that a lot of these beings that are out there are in different vibrational spaces. So you can't see them because light doesn't reflect off of them. We only experience light in our eyes. And this is 90%, 99% of what people think. If you see it, you believe it. No, it's not the way it works. If you see it, you're seeing a fraction of the light spectrum, a very small fraction of the light spectrum. Scientific fact. That means you're experiencing a very small fraction of light that is absorbed, emitted, or reflected off of an object. Something could be standing right in front of you, and if the exact spectrum of light that we see does not do any of those, you won't see it. It could stand right in front of you. You'd never see it. And that's, there's all kinds of stuff about matter that exists that we don't see, we can't physically see. These beings vibrate at those rates where you have to vibrate higher. Your energy has to vibrate higher. You have to go beyond what you can physically see, and that's the third eye. That's your third eye. Working on your third eye, opening your third eye, seeing what else is out there, seeing the world as energy and not just as a physical reality with your eyes, because your eyes are flawed. Your eyes are flawed. Your hearing is flawed. I mean, you can look at animals. Most animals have better eyes than us, better hearing than us, all that. Yet people trust what they see and what they hear. And that's one of the most flawed ways of thinking we can ever experience. And to reduce it down to psychosis, to reduce it down to schizophrenia, that is confusing as hell for people who are actually experiencing this stuff, when it is right for them to experience this stuff. When it is something that we need to shift, because that is not the truth of reality. What you see, what you hear is not the truth of the entire reality. And science proves that time and time again, that we don't experience everything. Yet those of us who have opened our third eye, just like the ancient cultures have done in the past, and what people would call primitive cultures today, even though they're far more than primitive, we see everything. We can see the stuff standing right in front of us that light does not reflect, emit, or absorb off of. It's not psychosis. It's not craziness. And you can prove it through telepathy. You can prove it through them moving things, through them doing stuff. That's my little thing. I'm at my time limit. Love you all. Grateful for each and every one of you.